Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on FNAF. Before we get into the video, I would like to congratulate Miguelisaurus, NB Alien 135, and Fliz Flare Studio for winning the art contest on my Discord. And if you would like to join my Discord, the link is in the description. There's a great community over there. Sometimes we have contests and maybe you will be featured in the next video as well. So to cap off 2020, I thought I'd make a video highlighting the biggest FNAF news of the year, or like a little FNAF Rewind if you must. So this is kind of my Christmas and Happy New Year's present to you guys. I just wanted to say that you guys changed my life in 2020. And I will be forever ever grateful for you. So if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you know the next time I post a brand new video, and let's just get into it. Here we go. Number 10. So Jason Blum is the owner of Blumhouse, which is the movie studio making the FNAF movie, and he's pretty active on Twitter, but so is MattPat. On September 1st, 2020, MattPat and Jason Blum basically started going back and forth on Twitter, and MattPat basically asked him to be in a game theory on FNAF, and Jason Blum said yes. We still haven't seen him on a game theory yet, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen. He's kind of hinted towards it, but basically this is really good news because MattPat knows a ton about FNAF, and it's good that he's getting involved with Jason Blum, and maybe he'll help with the FNAF movie, who knows. I think him being in direct contact with Jason Blum is just a good thing for the FNAF movie in general. Maybe Jason Blum doesn't know things about the community that MattPat can enlighten him on. And yeah, MattPat basically wants to be a consultant for him for the movie because he knows that you can't really mess up this movie because the community is so hardcore, and yeah, he's kind of right. That's why it was big news. Moving on to number 9. Here we go. So in September of 2020, a beautiful video was made by the one and only
Jack Black,
basically singing Five Nights at Freddy's and dancing outside with Five Nights at Freddy's pajama pants on. So that was big news. That eventually blew up on TikTok, became a big meme, and it has haunted our dreams ever since. Let's move on to number 8. Here we go. This next one is a big one. This is MattPat's St. Jude charity livestream ultimate custom night game thing. If this was just about the livestream, I would definitely put it at number 1 because that was huge for the community and for St. Jude's, but we were just talking about the ultimate custom night new edition that Scott and MattPat collabed on. So basically on December 1st, Dawko, DJ Sturf, and Markiplier and MattPat were on the St. Jude charity livestream playing a new version of Ultimate Custom Night where the audience could donate money and sabotage them or either help them win the game. When MattPat started teasing this, fans got so excited for this new game, quote unquote. I think he kind of promoted it as a new kind of FNAF game, but it was just kind of an altered version of Ultimate Custom Night, which is fine. They raised over $3 million for charity, which is literally insane, and Scott himself donated a couple $100,000, you know? So yeah, thank you, Scott, for always being the best. And yeah, that's why that was on my top 10. Now on to number 7. So this next one occurred on November 17th, 2020, and that is when Scott Cawthon pushed Security Breach to early 2021. This was a big move because he's been branding this game as 2020 release date, late 2020. But it turns out the game is just too big, which is a fantastic piece of news because more game equals good. But it turns out the game was more ambitious than they thought it would be, and they just need more time, which is perfectly fine. It is already early 2021, so we don't know when this thing's gonna drop. People are saying January, but I don't know how reliable that is. So yeah, honestly, this was not bad news at all. If anything, we got out of this that Security Breach is gonna be a big game, which is fantastic. I really do think this game is gonna change everything for Five Nights at Freddy's. I think it's gonna bring Five Nights at Freddy's mainstream, even more mainstream than it already is. But yeah, I am super excited, and I hope you are too. Moving on to number 6. Now, let's move us all the way back to June 26th of 2020. One of my first videos on my channel is of this piece of news, and it is when Funko leaked the Security Breach models, specifically of Vanny, by releasing pictures of their new figures, months and months and months before Security Breach was supposed to be released, which prompted Scott posting on Reddit that things will be very, very different in the future. Scott was not happy about this. Vanny's model was not supposed to be leaked. I'm pretty sure Vanny's model was supposed to be shown off on scottgames.com, which he eventually released a full teaser of Vanny on scottgames.com after the leaks, and I'm pretty sure that's when we were supposed to see it, but you know, things happen. Funko's a big company. We're just gonna forget that happened, but it was big news, so I had to put it in here. So let's move on to number 5. Here we go. So number 5 is a ginormous piece of news. This is something that not many game developers, if any, have done in the past. On August 21st, Scott announced the FNAF Fanverse initiative, an initiative where he funds fan games of his own game. Like, he is going to provide funding and resources for them to branch out for FNAF fan games, and this was something that not anyone has really seen before. MattPat made a whole game theory on it because it was that big. The initiative features amazing games such as Five Nights at Candy's, The Joy of Creation, Pop Goes Evergreen, One Night at Flumpty's, and a remake/reimagining of the original FNAF called FNAF Plus. And we have been getting teasers throughout the year for these games, and they are looking amazing, and I cannot wait for these games to come out. They're going to be great. With Scott's help, these games will also be ported to mobile and consoles, which is literally crazy. Scott is such a nice guy and has proved this for years and years and years, and we will be forever grateful for his kindness because these are iconic games, and especially a remake of FNAF Plus. Like, I can't believe he's letting him do that. That's so cool. Some of them, if not most of them, should be coming 2021, so look out for those. Now let's move on to number 4. Here we go. So Funko was a big topic for FNAF in 2020 because there was a lot of leaks, but there was also some good things. On November 10th, 2020, Scott announced that they were trying it again, basically on Reddit, and Funko was releasing new figures that were like a foot tall of Vanny and Vanessa and Glamrock Freddy and Gregory. Scott announced in his post that these would also release some new mechanic details for Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, which definitely happened because we found out that Gregory is hiding inside of Glamrock Freddy trying to escape Vanny, and we also got it kind of confirmed that Vanny and Vanessa are the same person. Yeah, this was kind of our first look at the mechanics for Security Breach, and fans were super hyped, and so was I because I'm a fan, duh. Let's move on to number 3. Here we go. So number 3 is the FNAF Help Wanted mobile port on October 26, 2020. You would think, oh, it's just another port of Help Wanted. Like, why is it on my number 3 spot? Because we got another kind of Security Breach teaser kind of thing on that. When you opened up the FNAF Help Wanted mobile game, none of us were expecting that it was all going to be glitchy and things were going to be missing, and people found out that if you zoomed in on the glitch and tapped it, you would go to a secret minigame called Princess Quest, and in this minigame is basically a 16-bit version of the story of Vanessa being possessed by Glitch Trap. Allegedly. I'm going to say allegedly because this is FNAF and you never know, but yeah. It was really cool that Steelwool included this game. I think they maybe included this game because they couldn't really include the tapes because that would be too complicated for the mobile port of Help Wanted, but still, it was nice to see something fresh and brand new come to FNAF, especially lore-oriented. We found out that Glitch Trap's voice was revealed at the end of the minigame. It was just a fantastic day for FNAF that day, and that's why it's at my number 3 spot, because it was just unexpected. Now, let's move on to number 2. Here we go. So I couldn't decide if number 2 should be at the number 1 spot or the number 2 spot, but it's at the number 2 spot. On September 16th, we had the PlayStation 5 live event showing off some of the biggest games coming to the PS5. And it turns out that FNAF Security Breach had a slot in the live stream. Over 1 million people watching at that time. We got the first trailer for FNAF Security Breach. The trailer absolutely blew everyone away. Even people who aren't fans of FNAF were like, wow, this kind of looks really good. Like, the graphics are really good. And it did. It was phenomenal. I watched it for the first time. I did a live reaction without my face because I didn't do my face reveal on this channel yet, but it actually was like scary to me at first. Like, after like 500 times watching it, it kind of like goes away, the scariness, but at first I was like, oh my god, this is kind of scary. The voice acting is incredible. So yes, that was a huge, if not the biggest day for FNAF, because FNAF has always been an indie game just developed by Scott, and it kind of blew up after that, but we've never really seen FNAF in the spotlight quite like this, alongside all of these AAA games. It was just a phenomenal day in 2020, and that's why it made my number 2 spot. But something was just a bit bigger than that, just by a half an inch, my number 1 spot. Let's go. The biggest piece of FNAF news, in my opinion, that we got in 2020 was that the FNAF movie was filming in spring of 2021. We have been waiting for the FNAF movie for almost 5 years now, which is literally insane. I'm pretty sure the FNAF movie got announced in April of 2015, so yeah, over 5 years ago, which is crazy, and Scott has finally figured out the story. He posted a long Reddit post detailing every single story that he scrapped, and then ended with the one that he chose, giving us no real details, but the FNAF movie is filming coming very, very soon, which is literally insane. I cannot wait for this movie to be on the big screens once the big screens are open again. But it was just a fantastic day for FNAF, and just for me personally, I've been waiting for this movie for so long. I've been a FNAF fan since the very beginning, and it was just really emotional seeing that FNAF is going to be on the big screen for everyone to see. I really hope Blumhouse and Jason Blum and Scott do a great job, and I know they will. If Scott's behind it, it's going to be great. But yeah, that was the single biggest piece of FNAF news in 2020, and I know that 2021 is going to be the biggest year for FNAF yet. So stay tuned, subscribe to get updated every single time a piece of news comes out. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for the constant love and support. It means the absolute world to me, and I hope you guys have a great day and a great 2021. I am cheering you on for all of your New Year's resolutions if you have any. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Bye. Bye.